This conference will now be recorded.
You're ready to go, sir.
All right, call to order. Time 7:04 p.m. on April 14th, 2021. Virtual instructions. Clerk, will you please read the virtual instructions?
Regular commission meeting. Notice is hereby given that the Town Commission of the Town of Pembroke Park, Florida will hold a virtual regular commission meeting utilizing communications media technology in accordance with Emergency Ordinance 2020-009 dated November 10th, 2020, pertaining to conducting local government meetings while under the public health emergency related the spread of the coronavirus. Regular commission meeting today, Wednesday, April 14th, 2021, starting at 7 p.m. You can dial in using your phone. The toll-free number is 1-877-309-2073, 877-309-2073. And the other number is 1-646-749-3129, 1-646-749-3129. The access code to join the meeting is 703-315-861. Again, 703-315-861. 2 hours prior to the meeting, you could submit a text or voicemail at 954-707-9820. Any member of the public wishing to comment publicly on any matter, including on items on the agenda, may submit their comments by email to the town clerk at townclerk@tppfl.gov. All comments submitted by email that, if read orally, are 3 minutes or less shall be read into the record. All comments submitted by email shall be made a part of the public record. If any member of the public requires additional information about this meeting or has any questions about how to submit a public comment at the meeting, please contact Marlene D. Martel, Town Clerk, Town of Pembroke Park, 3150 Southwest 52nd Avenue, Pembroke Park, Florida, 33023. The telephone number is 954-966-4600, extension 235.
Thank you. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
to which we stand, one nation,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Commissioner Clark,
Here.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Here.
Vice Mayor Cohen,
Here.
Mayor Jacobs.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay. Additions, deletions, or withdrawals from the agenda.
Mayor, I have a couple of items to bring forth.
Okay, go ahead.
The first item that was uploaded to the system just a little bit ago was the building department furniture. If we could add that one on as 11.19. This is a time-sensitive issue, and it's due to the renovations that are occurring. And in order to get the supplies in with within a ample time, it would need to be approved by all of you today. The second item that was provided was under lobbyists, under presentations. I uploaded the report of February and March from DC Strategies. I also uploaded to consent agenda item 8.10. 8.10 is the Power DMS software application. It's an item that was discussed at the workshop, but the cost of the item went up $2,500. So we just wanted to bring that to your attention. In addition to that, 11.4, which is the USDA application, grant application. The application has been uploaded to the system. That was an additional 250 pages, not dollars, 250 pages. And then the last item that was uploaded was 11.16, which is the awarding of the 45th CDBG grant. That one, because we just went over it, and we needed approved in order to meet the deadline having to do with that item. I apologize in advance. I did not ask the attorney to provide me with a resolution, but the resolution will be completed. But we do still need your approval ahead of time today because we need to be able to get that forth for July. So
Okay.
those are the items that need to be changed.
All right. Approval of the agenda.
Motion to adopt the agenda.
Second,
Roll call.
Motion to adopt agenda as amended by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen. Sorry, Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen,
yes.
Mayor Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark.
Yes.
Motion passed.
All right. 6, presentations, proclamations. 6.1, introduction on law firm Goren, Cherof, Doody, and Ezrol, Town of Attorney Anderson. Hey, Sam.
Good evening. How are
How
you?
you doing?
Hi, I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce Sam and his associate, Jacob. We are approving their fee agreement tonight, and they're going to be helping out with charter review and some other matters. And with that, I will let them introduce themselves.
Mr. Mayor, good evening. And members of the committee, nice to see you all. I'm with my law partner, Jacob Horowitz, who I can't see on the gallery, but I'm assuming he's there.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, Jake. Nice to see you.
Good evening,
Um,
Mayor. Nice to see everybody.
Nice to be in your midst and nice to be able to offer up our services to work with Melissa, as well as you, Mr. Mayor, and members of the commission. We know you from many experiences along the way, along with the Barrett League of Cities. And it's a delight to be able to say this on the record, where we would be able to be of service, not sitting in the seat that Melissa sits in, but to be beside her to help her and to help you more importantly as well, in matters and items that we can be of service in that regard. We don't have any conflicts with the town. We don't have any relationships there that would otherwise create a potential or appearance of a conflict. We have, as you know, a number of years of experience in other city work. Jacob and I were both in our other respective cities last evening. We're working on very little sleep, as a matter of fact, as we speak today. I was out a little later than I expected, and so was Jake. He was in Cooper City, and I was in North Lauderdale last night. So we certainly have our experiences cut out for us, and to the extent we can answer any questions or be any more responsive than that, I'm happy to try and would welcome the opportunity. And I must say, if you will, that knowing you all in some personal and professional capacity would be a true honor and delight for us to work for the town in any way, shape, or form we can. And I mean that sincerely from me personally, from Jake, my law partner, from our law firm as well. You, as any other public officials, deserve high quality legal services, and we know that you're getting that from your current city attorney, who we know quite well. And we respect her ability and certainly her engagement of us. We certainly appreciate that as well. And happy to respond to questions, either Jake or myself.
Does anyone have any questions for the attorneys? Nope.
Welcome
No
aboard.
questions. Thank you.
Thank
Yes.
you.
to Pembroke Park.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Nice to be with you. Nice to be in your midst, sincerely.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
for your introduction. And anyone have anything else for him? Nope.
Nope.
Thank you guys for being here today. I really appreciate it.
And again, we welcome working with Melissa and all of you. Hello, Mr. Sigerson. Nice to see you. Long time no see.
Mr. Mayor, I'm going to go to the restroom. I'll be right back.
Again, we'll disconnect and we'll be connected in other ways, but to the extent that we
All
can be, we look forward to that certainly and welcome the opportunity very much.
Thank you. Have a good evening. Get some rest.
And I got you too. Be
Yes.
well. Good night,
Thank
everybody.
you, Sam. Have a good night.
You as well. Good to hear your voices. Please take care. Be well.
6.2 legislative update. Lobbyist Sigerson. I saw you, Dave. There you go.
Yeah, hi, can you hear me? Hey, Mayor,
Yeah.
Commissioners. Yeah, I know you have a very, very long agenda, so I am going to be as brief as possible. I'm going to hit, you have the reports attached in the backup, excuse me. so that you can, that you can dive into those at your leisure and call me if you have any questions. There's a lot of legislation listed, municipal legislation of interest to municipalities in the reports. So feel free to email me or call me, and if you have questions about a particular bill, or if you've heard about a bill or an issue that isn't in there, again, please don't hesitate to contact me. So I'm going to hit three things real quick. One, where are we on the budget, on our budget items? Two, what do we see between now and the end of the legislative session, and what are our chances there? And then a helpful and hopeful new development. Number one, we saw money funded in the budget for the lighting system in the Senate budget, but not in the House budget. So that'll be a conference issue. We also saw funding in the Senate budget for various Department of Agriculture grants, Department of Agriculture grant program for display, fairground displays and so forth. The fund from which and to which we applied for the building for the garden and orchard, the nature center, the educational center, the agro-eco tourism and education center. But we don't have a specific list there, so we don't know what they funded. There were 16 projects, I believe, in that that applied for money in that program, and we were 6th. So if they go on merit and ranking, we could be in good shape, but one doesn't know. Again, that will be a conference issue. Other projects did not get funded in either budget. However, that leads me into the next item, number 2. What do we expect to happen? The budget conference process, well, let me back up. The House and the Senate have both passed their budgets. They are $2 billion apart, and as usual, they don't always fund everything the same way, so they have to go to what's called a budget conference. You're all familiar with that. That usually doesn't happen until the end of session. We have not heard anything yet about the very first step in that process, which is that the 2 presiding officers have to agree on how much money they're going to spend overall. They can't agree on that, they can't do anything. As I said, they have to agree to total spending, and then they have to agree on the various silos, transportation, education, health and human services, and so on, how much money each one of those silos gets. That's called allocations. That hasn't occurred yet either. So conferees haven't been appointed. That won't happen until those agreements are made. But that leads me to the important part of this discussion, and that is that in the most recent budget or revenue estimating conference, the state is apparently going to realize about $2 billion more to spend than they had planned for. So that is like a windfall. And in addition to that, the state is getting some $10 to $11 billion in the COVID relief American CARES Act, or whatever they're calling it, from the federal government. So they have a ton of money to spend, probably around $13 billion of unallocated funds. Now, the House has done some back of the budget figuring on those allocations, but they haven't spent hardly any of it, basically at this point. So we are very hopeful, we're hopeful that in that process of having all this money to spend, now that we know that they're going to put a lot of it into reserve, and they're going to replace things that were depleted, but they're still going to have a huge amount of money to spend. So we are hoping that they are going to be willing to spend it, and that they will spend some of it, even a small portion of it, on member projects. And if they do, then we will obviously have our sponsors pitch that that the project list process be opened up, if you will, during the conference process, or that we can convince one of the presiding officers to give us something towards one of our projects that wasn't funded in what is called the sprinkle list, affectionately, which is what happens at the very end of the budget process, the conference process, when each of the presiding officers has a bag of money, and they basically sprinkle it around in the budget to various projects that they like and that didn't get funded or didn't get fully funded. So that's number two. Number three, Dee Carper has stumbled on to, or discovered, she was searching diligently for various other means of funding the law enforcement program, the startup. And obviously, we're going at this from every angle we can think of, with the town, with Harry, finding the agriculture low interest loan, and we have a budget item in, but this is yet another avenue. Dee has discovered that each congressional office has its own little bag of money that they can spread around in their district. And so she has been in contact with Congresswoman Frederica Wilson's office to open up discussions to see if from that bag of money that if we can get some funding to help with the startup of the law enforcement, with the startup of the police department. So those are the main points that I wanted to cover tonight, and I hope I haven't taken too long, but I'll take questions, JC, if that's, or Mayor, if that's appropriate.
Yeah, I do have one question for you. Is it at any point that we need to go up to Tallahassee ourselves to help with any of this?
Maybe. Let me confer with the others. Again, they still have everything on pretty much a lockdown.
Okay.
If it's useful, absolutely. But let me get with the others, and I hadn't thought about that in a couple of weeks. So Mayor, I will definitely talk to the others and see if there's any way that we can, help our cause by having, and believe me, in a normal year, I would say absolutely, elected official to elected official always is valuable. I've always advocated for that. But in this year, access to members is, well, almost non-existent, and no access to senators. I mean, I happen to have been privileged to have dinner with one of the state senators just because it was off campus at a restaurant. But other than that, I mean, the chances of getting to see the budget chair or the president of the Senate are, I'd say slim and none, and leaning towards the none side. House is a little bit more unrestricted, a little bit less restricted, if you will. You can make appointments in the Capitol with individual House members, and that's probably where we would need to go with what you're suggesting. But again, I'll talk to the others and see if there's something that we can do that would be useful. So we don't want to waste your time. We don't want to waste the town's money, and I know you understand that.
Yeah, I heard things were changing a little bit up there, and so we got a lot on the plate down here right now. So I thought we could maybe help our cause by going up. Just let us know when it's best and what you need. I will be up there.
Right. If we had an idea of when they were going to start the conference process. I mean, the clock is running, and they only have a couple of weeks left after this week, so they got to start soon. But I haven't heard anybody talking about it right now. They're wrapped up in passing controversial substantive bills. The Senate spent, and they may still be on, and I was watching it earlier, but they are spending the better part of the afternoon talking about the anti-riot bill, the governor's anti-riot bill, which, as you can imagine, is extraordinarily controversial. And
very much so.
Those are the kinds of bills that they are spending an awful lot of floor time on right now. So nobody's really talking about the budget at the moment.
Okay.
That probably will change over this weekend. At least we'll start hearing some noise, hopefully, about allocations and so forth.
All right. Does anyone else have any other questions for Mr. Sigerson?
Just keep up the good work, and I'm looking for some sprinkles.
Yeah, sprinkles on our ice cream cone. Well,
Sprinkle
Vice
some of
Mayor-
that money our way. Just make sure
That's
we
right.
get some money. We
Well,
can
Gina,
use
it's
it for our
it's good-
police department.
Absolutely. Gina, it's good to see you on the commission and looking well.
Thank you.
I
Thank
hope your
you.
husband is doing all right.
He is. Thank you so much. It's always good to see you, David.
Thank you.
Anything else from Mr. Sigerson? All right, thank you, David. We appreciate your time. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, everyone. I'll be checking in again with, keeping everybody in the loop to the extent that I can. And
No
and
problem.
get, if you have questions, call me, don't hesitate, or email me, text me. I'm happy to respond.
Will do. Thank you. 6.3, fiscal 2020 end of year audit, interim finance director, Taubenfeld. Harry, are you here?
Hi, Mayor. This item was supposed to be pulled prior to the meeting. My apologies. The auditors, there's a request for additional information from the auditors.
Okay.
But we should be set for the next meeting.
Okay, no problem. We're still making our deadline.
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. All right, now we'll move to number 7, public comments related to the agenda items, good and welfare. Are there any comments from the public? Go ahead and open it up, Mark.
It's open.
Mayor, just so you know, I did receive a text from a gentleman. His name is Tony Ratz. He is on the meeting at the present time. He stated that the reason for his public comment would be in regards to an item that's already scheduled to be heard today. It's 11.1, which is the waiver of the request of waiver for RS Trading Company. Do you prefer to listen to him at this time, or do you want him to speak up when the item becomes available at 11.1?
Let's just jump ahead to 11.1 and get that one done.
Okay. Mr. Rad,
Yes, I'm here. Thank you very much.
you're welcome, sir. Go right ahead. You have 3 minutes.
Well, the situation in regards to some of these penalties and fines were because of some misunderstandings that we had with the city. They were billing these for some extra space that was actually one office that I use with a warehouse bay next to it, but I was being billed, for the fire inspectors and many other issues. And it kept on going for a long period of time. I got pretty upset about it. And, we didn't resolve it until not too long ago. Michelle and Iris and myself got together. We resolved the actual billings that we believe were correct, and we paid them all. And there's a certain balance right now, which are, because the bills that were created because of some of these issues that I mentioned. The address of my business is 2673, and then we were billed for the address of 2681, which is another door of my same business. It was not resolved until the fire marshal came out, and he looked and he realized and he adjusted, and I guess he came back to the office, and everybody's on the same page now. And this is what I said. We paid whatever we thought was okay, and we just like to see if you could resolve this problem in regards to the balance of the penalties only.
Classic went up 70.66. Ethereum went up 41.31. And Litecoin.
Okay, is that all you have?
Yes, sir. That's all. Just, it's bad enough as to what else we're going through right now with the city and with a lot of other issues that will come up down the road. But for the time being, we're just trying to come back after being pretty much out for a long time. And it's a hardship on us, all that's going on. And this is one of them. So I would ask the commission to please see if they can help me with this and resolve it.
Okay, and then let's bring up Michelle Grooms, 11.1. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm here. Commission, good evening, commission and staff. I had a problem with my microphone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you have any other questions. Yes, there was a situation where he was disputing the annual fire inspections. And the way that's billed is we receive a report from Broward County, who does our inspections, and we bill it accordingly. So it had to be resolved through fire. And unfortunately for him, he did not request or get that resolved with the inspector until just recently. All I can do is pass on the information to that office, but they are required to give us the inspections the way they normally do. So according to their procedure, that is the way that they would list the billing. So I just follow the pattern in which they give it to us. I can't change it.
Okay, so how long was it from the time he had an issue to the time it was corrected?
Oh, we're talking about at least 3-4 years.
So several
and
years?
Each year yes.
Mayor?
Every year I send out reminders and clarifications and let the customer know that until it's resolved, it will remain that way. We do give out contact information. It just was not resolved until recently.
Okay, so what I'm asking, Michelle, is it was corrected with the county?
It was clarified with the county, but it was still billed the same way. The billing didn't change. According to their requirements, they're required to bill that way. So it was clarified so that he then paid the balance of the bill. So that's the answer. The answer is once the inspector went out to explain to him why he was billing him that way, then he paid the remaining balance.
Okay, so is there a balance due then?
No, the only thing remaining is penalties and fees from the time that he did not pay those annual inspections.
Okay, I'm looking through this here, and penalty bill. All right, so these penalties are these county penalties or Pembroke Park penalties?
All these fees are Pembroke Park penalties.
The false alarms are, I know those are ours, but like there's let's see here.
Everything is ours, Mayor.
Okay,
everything is ours. What happens is every year I bill the annual fees along with the inspections.
Michelle, stop. Here's my question. Now, these fees we're responsible to be paying to Broward, correct?
No.
Or they're just overseeing our inspections? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yes.
They're overseeing our inspections and we're the ones billing them.
Yes, we collect all fees per the contract now.
Okay.
All fees come to the town.
All right. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name.
Tony?
Mr. Raz.
Tony. Okay, sir, you had this pending for 3 or 4 years. Why did it take you so long to correct it?
You know, the truth of the matter is I was so upset about this whole thing, and I tried to talk it to figure out what it was. And I'll tell you, even when the marshal came out, he was pretty insistent that this was correct. And then, we showed him the access points, and we showed him we're walking in from here to there and to there to here. This is the unit that we work out of, and this is our warehouse bay. The fact that there's 2 numbers doesn't make it 2 different businesses. And it finally got resolved, But I paid what I thought is.
Sir, my question is, why did it take you 4 years to resolve it?
I don't know how to answer you. We tried to resolve it. We tried to come and discuss it with whoever we could have, but we never got to a point where we understood. Michelle really tried, And I continued to argue the point. And again, Michelle tried to explain that it has to be billed and has to be paid. And I said, I tell you what, Michelle, we'll give it to our bookkeeper and we'll let them sort out all the numbers and we'll separate. And I had to have my bookkeeper break a complete Excel spreadsheet. And it just got to a point where we had two different sets of numbers. And then we turned it in. And then Michelle came back and said, okay, guys, you're ready to pay this, put a letter in to see if you can have this, you know, late fees resolved. And that's where we're at. And it was, listen, all of last year, we weren't even there, you know, okay. And it's well, not, it's.
Yes, sir. We're talking, you had three, if it's this 4 years, if we're go off the premise that this is 4 years, you had 3 good years prior to this. It's just been the last year with COVID. See, I'm a business owner myself, and I know if I get a penalty or a fine or a notice of anything, that's the first thing I take care of and make sure it doesn't continue on. But it looks like here you drug this out for like 3-4 years, racking up all these penalties where you simply could have taken care of it right away back in 2014, and you wouldn't have had all these penalties and fines. I mean, my business itself has been closed since March. So because of COVID, and it's, you know,
my business basically is
but when it comes to these, I'm looking all the way back here. It looks like
I understand, and you are correct in saying that, and it was lingering, and again, the anger of the reason and the rationale about it took the better part of us and brought us to this point. And again, once I sat with Michelle, and then Iris, my bookkeeper, got involved, I stepped away from it. They figured out a way to settle it and to get moving forward. And I've been in the town of Pembroke Park for 30 years. I own about 70, 80,000 square feet of multiple facilities. And, you know, we're having a lot of issues now, again, from other things that are occurring in the neighborhoods. And this is just, you know, something that we'd like to finish and put away. And I was at the magistrate meeting yesterday for 4 hours. I think there's a lot of changes in the city. And again, I've been there for 30 years. I've never seen anything like this.
Sir, listen to me. I'm looking at the date here. This is 2012, 2013 was how far back this has actually gone. So this is.
What are you talking? Are you looking at the instance of a false alarm, or are you talking about the fire penalty?
The first one says penalty late fee charges for 2012, 2013 billed previously, and that was $28.75. The following, you had a penalty fee late charge of $250 because that wasn't taken care of, and it just snowballed from there.
Exactly. And again, if I would have received that bill, you know, and I looked and I was very upset about it, didn't deal with it properly. It took us a long time to get to where we got to.
Okay, your time is up here. So I'm just gonna say, as a business owner, you should have some accountability when it comes to these and take care of them when they come about. If not, it ends up like this, where you're getting fined and penalized. So you're at $2,500, $25,6283. It looks like is the total on the penalties on it. So, JC, go ahead.
Mayor, I just wanted, and Harry, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this business owner, they went 6 years, just so you understand, 6 years without paying a business tax receipt. And these, what we're talking about here, are the penalties. If we choose to, you know, if we're going to enforce penalties, then we enforce penalties. If we don't, then take them off the books.
I agree with you, JC. So I want to hear from the other commissioners.
I just wanted to share that because I didn't know if anybody else knew that the magnitude was 6 years.
I'm reading it. Go ahead, Howard, or Commissioner Clark.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, how do you get the consensus? Then how do you want to resolve it so we can get this thing out of the way? We heard the details, and I agree with you. But let's get it resolved so we can move on. We got a lengthy meeting, so, and I'll be willing to make a motion, whatever anybody says.
Okay, so let's just have a little discussion real quick. I'm in the premise that this town has been walked over for years, and you know, when it comes to this, look, we're back to 2012, 12, it looks like 13, 6 years. The penalties have racked up because the simple things to continue with business haven't been taken care of. I'm personally the type that 30, 60, 90 days, you're late, I'm going to pull your business license, you know, because if my business is like that, I have to deal with that. And we shouldn't be dragging these along. I understand municipal government's different. We're rolling fines and these are adding up, but let's talk business for a second, because this is what it comes down to. You either take care of your
May I say
responsibility-
something, sir?
No, sir, you cannot. Your time is done. Thank you. So, Mark, can you please mute the mics, please?
Yeah.
I personally am tired of seeing this town continually over and over, time and time again. You know, we're making sacrifices for everyone who's not taking responsibility. When does it stop? I say now. I say before, when, you know, I've been the one sticking with these penalties throughout this, because you don't follow what you're supposed to be doing. That's where these come about. So I'm up to here with all of this. So I'm not in the business of giving breaks at the moment.
So what would you entertain? What number would you look at?
I'm looking at the full bill. I'm not looking at anything.
What is that?
It's looks like here, hold on, let me scroll down. $2,562.83. Is that Michelle Grooms? Are you here?
That's correct.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, that's the balance that's due.
So, Mr. Mayor, call on Ray and Gina, and then we'll get a consensus.
What, Vice Mayor, Clerk Commissioner, any input on this?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at this point, we pretty much have to waive all business owners' penalties. You know, it can't be the norm where we're just forgiving fines after fines after fines. I mean, penalties after penalties. So.
But you keep doing that, and no one ever will comply. You have zero credibility in the business world when you keep doing that, waiving everything. So what advantage does it have for people to actually take responsibility and do what they need to? Because you're just going to waive all the fines when they come through. You know, that's the thought on it. Vice Mayor? I can't hear you. You're muted.
6 years is a long time. So I would say to pay the whole fine.
Okay, so Mr. Mayor and Commission, I'll make a motion that we do not waive any fines or fees, and the fine and fee is $2,562.83 to be paid to the town of Pembroke Park.
Is there a second?
Yes, I'll second that motion.
Roll call.
Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen. Vice Mayor Cohen.
I'm sorry, yes.
Mayor Jacobs.
Yes.
Commissioner Clark.
Yes.
Or Commissioner DeVille.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
All right, let's jump all the way back to the beginning of the agenda. Actually, do we have any more public comment?
I haven't muted. Do you want me to unmute, sir?
Yeah, unmute, see if there's anyone else left from the public.
They're unmuted.
One last word from me. It was 32 years I've been in the park. Not 6, not 5. 32 years. And I've had many properties, and I have many properties there, and everything was always taken care of properly. This was a specific problem, and it became a bigger problem. But I respect your decision, and I'll tell you that I don't know what's going on there, but this is not the town that I came into 32 years ago, for sure.
Okay, thank you for your time, sir. Is there anyone else? No? All right, we'll close public comment. And number 8, consent agenda.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I'd like to single out bills over 500. I got some questions.
Okay, let's discuss them.
Mayor, just approve the rest of the consent, and then we'll take that item, the next one.
Okay. We'll remove 8.2 from the agenda. Clerk Commissioner, we should have done this in the beginning when we remove items or move items. But we will remove this item, 8.2, from the consent agenda.
And so 8.2.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we adopt the consent agenda, excluding the 8.2.
Okay.
So I have a question though, before you move on, may I ask a question?
Go ahead.
For me. Is any of progressive on there? Progressive? If somebody, if Marlon could check for me, or
I didn't see, hold on, I didn't see anything regarding
Yes,
progressive
it is.
on here. Is there?
Yes,
Hold
it
on.
is. It is
Hold on.
under 8.4.
okay.
Attorney Anderson?
Agreement with Traffic Tech Engineering?
Right. Attorney Anderson?
Yeah, yes. That should be pulled because Vice Mayor Cohen and Commissioner Clark will be recusing themselves due to the ethics opinion we got in regard to the 25th Street drainage project, which the analysis applies also to the progressive litigation and the ordinances that were passed in regard to that litigation. So the vice mayor and the commissioner will be recusing themselves from that vote and from the vote on the 25th Street drainage project contract.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda except for item 8.4 and 8.2.
Also 8.19. I just had a question.
Which one?
8.19.
Okay, so
And then the vehicle.
Okay, guys, in the beginning of the meeting, we have a section where we go over all of this. So these meetings flow very consistently. It's for additions, deletions, withdrawals, okay? We need to stay consistent on that because now we're making a mess of the agenda here. So we're going to pull 8.2, 8.4, and 8.19 off the consent agenda.
We have a motion by Commissioner Clark and a second by Vice Mayor Cohen. Vice Mayor Cohen, do you accept the change of the consent agenda, removing items 8.2, 8.4, and 8.19?
Yes, I do.
Do you want me to call the roll, Mayor?
Call the roll.
Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen. Mayor Jacobs?
Yes.
Commissioner Clark?
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
8.2, bills over 500.
All right, 8.2, Harry, 762.
Wait a second, I need to entertain a motion first.
Oh.
What do you need? A motion? Okay.
Motion.
I make a motion that we bring up 8.2 on the consent agenda.
Second.
Discussion. Go ahead, Clerk Commissioner.
All right, Harry, Chris McKine versus Town of Pembroke Park. I'm not sure what that is.
I can comment on that. When we had, Chris McKine had, he appealed, and under the old, personnel manual, there was an appeal process to his termination. He appealed that. And during that appeal, we had a court reporter there to transcribe the entire hearing. And that's what that cost is right there, sir.
Wait, so that was a hearing?
Yeah, it was
a,
and I'll have Melissa explain it.
so this is the town attorney. There was a hearing which was allowed for under the old procurement code that the mayor presided over, and we needed a copy of that transcript, and that is the charge for that transcript.
And just to clarify, it wasn't the old procurement code, it was the old personnel manual.
I'm sorry, the old personnel manual.
According to the old personnel manual, anybody that was terminated can appeal it to the mayor. And he, when he was terminated, that's what happened. And he proceeded to request an appeal. We held that appeal according to the old personnel manual, and we had to have a court reporter there just to have the transcription of it.
Okay, but no other commissioners was informed of this?
I believe I put that in my weekly report when it happened.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
All right.
Any other discussion?
Yeah, the next one is, any other discussion?
Go ahead.
The next one is the big wraps, Miriam.
Oh, I'm sorry, Clerk Commissioner, what item?
Big idea, on the same item, just a different.
No. What line item on here are you talking about?
It says big wrap 1740.
Okay. Oh, the wrapping of solar boxes on 6 bus shelter location?
Right.
Okay.
Is Miriam there?
She looks like
Yeah,
she's
she's
here,
here.
but it looks like she's muted.
Miriam, are you there?
I sent an unmute request. There's,
If not, I can speak on that item.
Stephanie can answer, sir.
Okay, Stephanie, is that, or do we get to decide on the images?
No, we're waiting for you to decide which boxes you want wrapped. Miriam just wanted to place that on the agenda, well, on the bills over 500, so that we can get some type of approval, so that we'll be able to get it done. But we're waiting for your final decision with which boxes you want wrapped.
Okay, but that's not the big boxes though. She was waiting on the big boxes.
Yeah, and it was my understanding you didn't want the solar panel boxes that's at the bus shelters. You just wanted the big boxes. So we just need an idea of which boxes you want.
Okay, so this shouldn't be on there though, right? Because we're trying to do the big boxes, not the solar boxes.
No, it shouldn't be on there.
Okay, so guess we'll remove that item until we decide on the big boxes.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So we'll be removing item 305540 off the bills over 500. Did you guys write that number down? 305540. 305540. Big Idea Wraps Incorporated. Any other discussion on bills over 500? No? And I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the bills over $500, except for, and then, which is the one you're gonna,
Big Wraps.
except for
Big
wrap.
Idea Wraps.
Big Idea wraps.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? Roll call.
Motion by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen. Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
All right, moving on, 8.4. Agreement with Traffic Tech Engineering Incorporated, Town Attorney Anderson.
Yeah, this is again for the, this is for the, I'm sorry, I was trying to draft a resolution for the other item. This is an agreement with the traffic engineer to conduct a study for the progressive litigation. In order that we can either settle it or prepare for trial, one of those two things. And Commissioner Clark and Vice Mayor Cohen cannot vote on it because they are in close proximity as both a property owner and as somebody who, in Vice Mayor Cohen's case, she is the employee of somebody who has an interest that would benefit from the ordinances which affect that litigation. So they have to recuse themselves from voting on this item.
Okay, so Attorney Anderson, how are we going to handle this with just two of us then?
Pursuant to Florida AGO opinion, when commissioners cannot vote, when they're legally prohibited from voting on an item pursuant to ethics regulations, the quorum necessary to vote on an item is diminished by that number. So you and Commissioner DeVille can vote on this item, but in order to pass, it's going to have to be obviously a unanimous vote.
Okay, then Clerk Commissioner, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to adopt.
And Town Attorney, do I have to pass the gavel on this? Then if I'm going to second this?
Yeah, you should probably pass the gavel, I guess, to Commissioner DeVille and second it.
All right, Commissioner DeVille, I'm passing the gavel to you.
Right, got it.
I will second the motion.
All right, now I guess he should pass it back to you.
It's back to you now.
Hold on, I'll take it back. All right, got it back.
He threw it.
Okay, we
All
have.
right. Any discussion?
Yeah, it's a good thing that I caught that, Vice Mayor. I watched your back and my back, because we would have been in trouble.
All right, roll call.
Motion made by Clerk Commissioner DeVille, seconded by Mayor Jacobs. Commissioner Clark and Vice Mayor Cohen will abstain from this vote. Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0.
Okay, I think the Vice Mayor and myself, Mr. Mayor, we have to announce that we're going to abstain and the reason why. I believe that's part of it. So,
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I am going to abstain, and the reason why is it may inure a benefit to me.
Vice Mayor?
Well, I think Melissa already answered that. So I'm not, I mean, I don't have no personal gain, but I guess I have to abstain from that, but she already gave us the answer. So I'll leave it as that.
And again, in Vice Mayor
And I
Cohen's
do
case,
respect our attorney's opinion.
again, in Vice Mayor Cohen's case, it's because she is employed by the park owners.
Okay.
And that relationship would benefit.
All right, moving on. 8:19.
One last thing, I'm sorry. I will be providing both Commissioner Clark and Vice Mayor Cohen with the documents that they need to sign that, that they abstain from voting. Thank you.
I emailed, they have them. In fact, I think Vice Mayor Cohen's already filled hers out.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right, make sure you get those in. I appreciate it. 8.19, vehicle lease purchase options for 11 police vehicles. Interim Police Chief Howard. Chief Howard, are you here?
Good afternoon,
Yeah,
Mr. Mayor and Commissioners. I'm here.
All right, Commissioner Clerk, Clerk Commissioner, go ahead with your question.
All right, did we decide if we're gonna purchase or lease these vehicles yet?
I'm sorry if you were talking to me, I didn't hear you.
Did we decide on whether we will lease or purchase the vehicles?
I don't understand why, but you very low volume.
Hi, Clerk Commissioner, this is Harry, Finance Director. We haven't decided yet which option. We're leaning towards the purchase option. It's all dependent on whether or not we get the USDA loan for the purchase of the equipment. If we get the loan, we're going to purchase it. If we don't, we'll have to go out and finance it.
Okay, that's all I had.
Okay. Entertain a motion.
Motion to adopt?
I make a motion. Hello? Can you
I need a
repeat
second.
that again? I had a hard time hearing the chief.
We need a second.
Second. I had to turn my mic on. Sorry about that.
All right, roll call.
Motion made by Clerk Commissioner DeVille. Seconded by Commissioner Clark. Clerk Commissioner DeVille.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen.
Repeat what he said. I'm sorry, I had a hard time hearing, if you can.
Sure. This is Harry, Vice Mayor. We
Go ahead.
haven't decided yet. Most likely, we will be purchasing the vehicles.
Okay.
It will be dependent on whether or not we get the USDA loan.
Okay. Very good. Yes. Thank. Yes.
Okay. Mayor Jacob.
Yes.
Commissioner Clark.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Right. Section 11, new business. Or 10 ordinances, we have nothing. 11, new business. We already have completed 11-1, so moving to 11-2. Craig A. Smith and Associates, Southwest 25th Street, Stormwater Improvement Project. Interim Public Services Director Jock, Project Manager Wilberry.
Mayor.
Yes.
I'm sorry, if we could move back to 9.1.
Did I miss? Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I jumped over an entire section. Okay. All right, resolutions, 9.1. Proposed settlement agreement, Pembroke Park and Church of Christ, Interim Finance Director Taubenfeld. Resolution 2021-020.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Discussion?
The attorney to read the resolution.
Attorney Anderson, can you read the resolution, please?
I'm sorry, what item are,
9.1.
resolution number 2021-020, resolution of the Town Commission of the Town of Pembroke Park, Florida, authorizing the town to enter into a settlement with the Pembroke Church of Christ, approving the rescission of the payment in lieu of taxes agreement with the Pembroke Church of Christ, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Oh, we already did that.
Yeah, discussion here. So, Commissioner Clark made a suggestion of 40,000, reducing it from 50 to 10,000 for a one-time payment of 40,000 to complete this agreement. Is the commission, what's the commission's opinion on this?
I think we should. I mean, for the town. Somebody to mute.
So you're saying 40,000, Mayor?
Yeah, Commissioner Clark, that was your suggestion, so I'm just bringing it back up. It was 40,000 lump sum payment and then a year of payments of 833.33 for a total of 50,000. At the workshop, you suggested just a one-time payment of 40,000 to complete the agreement.
Correct. I made that suggestion.
I'm sorry, I missed you. What you said?
I made that suggestion.
Oh, was that you who made the suggestion? Okay.
All right. We'll have to pull straws on that, but anyway, it's okay.
Okay, so does the commission agree to a 40,000 one-time payment?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Then I guess we need another motion.
Okay, I make a motion that the Pembroke Park Church of Christ pay a one-time fee of $40,000 made payable to the town of Pembroke Park as part of the settlement agreement. And what is the code number on that?
The payment plan. It's what is it, 800 and?
Yeah, give an identification, Mayor.
I'm looking for something on it.
Harry might be able to help us.
The $40,000, if you accept the $40,000, it would be a one lump sum payment.
Harry, that's not what we were needing. We just need like a line number or something for it to identify it.
9.1, resolution number? I'm not following.
Like out of Michelle Groom's report, I know there was wasn't there a number that went with it or something? We just have a resolution as 2021-020. I think that would be enough, Commissioner Clark.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm a little confused. I just want to clarify. Are you voting for 40,000 one time and that's it? Or are you voting for 40,000 plus the 800 and whatever, which comes out to a total of 50,000?
No, Marlon, 40,000 one-time lump sum payment.
Yeah.
Correct. Ray, you agree? Yeah, that's the item. We split it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Motion by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen.
No.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
No, the bill was there.
Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0, one-time lump sum for $40,000. Thank you.
Could you do me a favor, Marlon? When the motion made, can you just put DeVille /Clark? Okay, so that, because he was tied with me when we said it.
Okay.
Yeah, I want it to be clear on the record.
All right. Next item, 9.2, resolution supporting municipal home rule power. Mayor Jacobs, Town Attorney Anderson, resolution 2021-021. Town Attorney Anderson, can you read the resolution?
Yes, I am here. Resolution number 2021-021, a resolution of the Town Commission of the Town of Pembroke Park, Florida, opposing unwarranted or overly broad preemptions of municipal home rule powers, directing the clerk to transmit a copy of this resolution to members of the Florida legislature, the Florida League of Cities, and any other interested parties.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Discussion?
That's fair.
Ray, you disappeared on us. Discussion?
I'm here.
No discussion? Roll call.
Motion to adopt made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Clerk Commissioner DeVille. Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Mayor Jacob,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
All right, moving on. 10, ordinances. We have none. 11, new business. 11.1 is complete. We're on to 11.2. Craig A. Smith and Associates, Southwest 25th Street Stormwater Improvement Project, Interim Public Service Director Jock, Project Manager Woodbury.
Need to call out for Miriam, Mr. Mayor.
Miriam,
Maybe
you
she-
on?
I unmuted her. She's on the caller 8. She should be able to talk.
Okay, and Town Attorney Anderson, this is the one, again, that we need to have the Vice Mayor and Commissioner
Yes,
Clark
Mayor.
excuse themselves.
Yes, Mayor, both Vice Mayor Cohen and Commissioner Clark need to recuse themselves and abstain from voting and state on the record that they're doing so, and for the reasons previously discussed.
All right. And
I have I have attached the opinions as well
okay,
for each of them.
perfect. And Clerk Commissioner, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to adopt.
I'm going to pass you the gavel.
Got it. Got it.
And throw it this time. I'll second.
Yeah, pass it back to you.
Thank you. Discussion. Commissioner Clark, Vice Mayor, I'll take your statements for tongue-tied.
Abstention. We're gonna-
Abstention from this vote. Thank you.
Yeah, and, okay. Is that all we have to do? I think we have to say, Gina, I think we have to say on the record that,
Howard, don't put words in my mouth. You speak what you want and I'll speak what I want. Go ahead.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, of
Yeah.
course.
All right, go ahead.
The procedure is correct. That's all I'm looking for. Okay, and I abstain. This issue might inure to my benefit.
Okay. Now it's my turn. I abstain as well. I have no personal gain, but because of the position that I hold with the park, the title, I have to. So, I just want to make that clear, and I abstain from that.
Thank you, Commissioner and Vice Mayor.
And thank you, Attorney.
Okay, Clerk Commissioner, do you have any discussion? I do not. Roll call.
Motion made by Clerk Commissioner DeVille, seconded by Mayor Jacobs. Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion passes 2-0. Commissioner Clark and Vice Mayor Cohen have abstained from the vote.
All right, moving on. 11.3, RFP approval for town video system. RFP hardening infrastructure, IT Director Paccola.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Commissioners. I'm asking the Commission to let me go out and get RFPs for these 2 items. Part of it is the hardening of the building, and the other part is for our video system that we're going to be upgrading.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to adopt. Which one are we on, video? Motion to adopt or approve 11.3.
Second.
Any discussion?
No, but I'll second.
All right, no discussion. Roll call.
Motion to adopt, to go out for RFP for town video system approved by, Commissioner Clark, seconded by Clerk Commissioner DeVille. Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs.
Yes.
Since we only went ahead and approved one, which is the town video system, can we please have a second vote to approve the hardening infrastructure?
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion to approve the hardening infrastructure for the video system, 11.3.
I second.
Discussion? No discussion. Roll call.
Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Clerk Commissioner DeVille, Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
All right. 11.4 USDA Community Facilities Loan and Grant Application, Police Equipment, Interim Finance Director Taubenfeld. Resolution number 2021-025. Town Attorney Anderson, can I get you to read the resolution?
Resolution number 2021-025, a resolution of the Town Commission of the Town of Pembroke Park, Florida, authorizing the town to apply for a loan from the Community Facilities Direct Loan and Grant Program, authorizing the finance director to execute such loan application, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Discussion? No discussion? Roll call?
Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Clerk Commissioner DeVille, Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
All right. 11.5 Security Support Services, Cyber Tech, Analytics, Interim Police Chief Howard, IT Director Pakula.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Commissioners. Mark Pakula, IT Director. This is a service that we want to bring in to help with the formation of the police department for back-end security and auditing purposes.
So I'll make a, is this a resolution or is this a motion, Mr. Mayor? As Harry or the town attorney.
This is the town attorney. It's not a resolution. It's
Motion.
it should be a motion to authorize the purchase of the services.
Okay. So I'll make a motion that we authorize for the services of, that's the security support service, cyber tech, analytics.
Yes, sir. Cyber Tech, Analytics, yes.
And what kind of money are we talking about? What's their, in an amount,
$4,800.
in an amount not to exceed $4,800?
I'll second.
Discussion? No discussion? Roll call.
Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen, Mayor Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
All right. 11.6 ID Badge System, Interim Police Chief Howard. I'm just going to read this whole thing real quick. Staff recommends the Fargo printer and access cards. The use of this device will allow a heightened level of access control within the police department and town hall.
I can answer questions, sir, if you have anything.
What's the amount not to exceed? What kind of money?
Hold on.
$9,745.
Okay, and no cents? Okay, so I make a motion that we approve the staff recommendation of Fargo printer and access cards in an amount not to exceed $9,745.
Need a second?
Second.
Discussion. No discussion. Roll call.
Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen. Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
11.7 FDLE Falcon ID device. Interim Police Chief Howard. Staff recommends one fingerprint scanner for the agency to utilize and assist with determine and identify identity of subjects trying to conceal their real identity. Trying to.
The motion should be to approve the purchase or authorize the purchase of the scanner at a total of $4,404.00.
So I'll make a motion that staff is directed to purchase one fingerprint scanner for the agency to utilize to assist with and determine the identity of subjects in an amount not to exceed $4,404, period.
Second? Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? No discussion, roll call.
Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Clerk Commissioner DeVille. Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner
Sir, if I
Clark.
may,
Yes.
Motion passes
excuse me. Were we on 11.7 or 11.8? I'm sorry to interrupt.
11.7.
11.7.
Okay. Okay.
Now we're on 11.8. Live scan fingerprinting, Interim Police Chief Howard. Staff recommends purchasing this equipment in order to complete officer applications to include backgrounds. Can also be used with all city employees while additionally being utilized to assist the community and many professionals who require this level of fingerprinting.
So I'll make a motion that on 11.8, that staff is directed to purchase a live scan fingerprinting system or program in an amount not to exceed, and I need $1.
I'm looking for it right now
The
too.
amount, the total is $10,725. And I would like to note that this is being purchased pursuant to a state price list. So it falls under that portion of the procurement code.
In an amount not to exceed $10,745.
$25.
Sorry, $25.
I'm sorry, you said $10,725, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay. A second? Is there a second?
A second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen. Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Okay, 11.9, purchase of Barracuda hardware and software backup system for Police Department. Interim Police Chief Howard, IT Director Picola. Recommended the commission approve the purchase of Barracuda hardware and software from CSPI for the Police Department. Entertain a motion.
Motion to adopt.
Commissioner Clark, you're muted.
Is that
I'll
11?
second.
Okay.
Discussion.
We need a number. We need a number to identify. What is it, 11?
It's,
44,000.
the total is $44,787 over a 5-year period. And it is exempt from competitive solicitation because we are purchasing it under a Government Services Administration price list.
And that was 11.9.
That's
Yep.
11.9, correct.
Ray, go ahead.
4,787.
Go ahead, Ray.
Go ahead, what?
Go ahead and fill the motion in, or let me help. Okay, the motion that Ray made, this is just conversation, is 11.9, and the amount not to exceed that it's going to be paid over a 5-year period is 44,800. And what's the other two numbers, Mayor?
44,787.
So 787.
Yep.
Paid over 5 years, as the town attorney described.
Any more discussion? Roll call. Or call the
Motion
roll.
made by Clerk Commissioner DeVille, seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen. Mayor Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
All right. 11.10, ballistic helmets. Interim Police Chief Howard. Staff recommends approval for 1 helmet per officer. I'm looking at the amount here. Looks like $6,694.65.
$6,694 and
65 cents.
so I'm going to make a motion that and how many helmets is that we purchase?
That's 15.
15 ballistic helmets, item number 11.10, in an amount not to exceed $6,694.65.
Correct.
Beautiful. Okay.
Second. Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion. Call the roll.
Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen. Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
All right. 11.11, purchase of ballistic shields from GL Distributors. Interim Police Chief Howard. Staff recommends that the commission approve to purchase of shields. Let me get a dollar amount. 1 second.
It's $3,598, sir.
Well, you beat me to it.
And how many shields? 15?
It doesn't have a quantity here, but I believe it is 15.
Well, you're not going to give them a helmet and not give them a shield. Okay, so I make a motion on 11.11 that staff is authorized to purchase ballistic shields from GL Distributors in an amount not to exceed $3,598.
I'll second.
Discussion? Call the roll.
Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen. Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Right. 11.12 AEDs for both the patrol vehicles and police department. Interim Police Chief Howard, and AD is in each marked vehicle should be used as standard equipment along with at least one inside the police department. And I would also recommend one in the town gym. I'm looking for the number here. There's a lot of pages. JC, do you have it?
Yes, I do, sir. The total of 14 units, which is recommended, is $18,130. And just so the commission understands, AEDs, for those that don't know, is defibrillators in case of cardiac arrest.
Brings you back to like if you got a heart attack.
Yep.
Okay, on item 11.12, I make a motion that staff purchase these AEDs for both the patrol vehicles and police department, and add one for the gym and one inside town hall in an amount not to exceed $18,130.
I'll second.
Discussion? No discussion, roll call. Roll call?
Oh,
Marlon.
I apologize. I didn't realize I had muted myself. Motion made by Commissioner Clark and seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen. Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark,
yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Um, 11.13 Verizon Wireless Data Cards. Interim Police Chief Howard, IT Director Pacula. Staff recommends that we purchase one wireless card for each laptop utilized.
Mayor, the total impact is $721 annually.
I'm sorry, say that again.
$721 annually.
No, sir, that's monthly. No, that's monthly, sir. Sorry. That's a monthly cost. And I would ask if the commission could round that up to $800. Would that be all right? Just in case we need to add one or two.
Okay, item 11.13, I make a motion that we authorize that we purchase one wireless card for each laptop utilized in an amount not to exceed $800 per month.
Yes, sir.
My apologies, the agenda item report says annually on there.
And I apologize because I'm the one who put that down there. It was a miscommunication.
Okay, I'll entertain a second.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Clerk Commissioner DeVille. Mayor Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Hey, Mr. Mayor, I noticed something. Do you mind if I just ask you a question so you can find the answer for us?
Go ahead.
Okay, I noticed that we have 15 cars, and then we're only going to have 14 of ADEs. So don't we need at least 15? Just a question. The
That's-
numbers don't match. 15
And
cars,
that-
14 APs.
15 cars and then, or wait, I'm sorry. There was supposed to be one in the police department, one upstairs in the gym as well. That adds 2, so 15, that was supposed to be 17 on that.
Okay, so I think somebody said 14 cars. Somebody, could you just check it all out to make sure?
I can answer that question for you.
Okay, go ahead, Harry.
All right. It's added to what you're saying, Mayor. It's 1 per police car, which is 11, and then 3 additional throughout the building.
Okay.
There are more. You have more officers and staff, hence the 15 helmets. So you need 15. The other additional staff would be administrative staff.
Okay, so it was 11 cars.
You got
Does that
it.
answer your question, Commissioner Clark?
I don't know. You figure it out. I just want to make
Yeah,
sure.
I think that.
The numbers have been vetted. The chief and I have gone through them all, so the numbers are correct.
Thank you.
11.14, records management software, RMS, interim police chief Howard, IT director Pakula. Staff recommends Tyler software as a solution to our RMS requirement. And is there a price on this one? Tyler software. What, Harry, do you have a total on this one?
I have it here, sir, if you need it.
Harry, you're muted. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
My apologies. My apologies.
Sorry.
It's $221,672. It's an estimate right now. This is at most. We're going to be chipping away at this number once it gets completely vetted. But this dollar amount was used for the loan application, hence the $221,000. So it's a not to exceed $221,000.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
So I'll make that motion that we purchase the records management software in an amount not to exceed $221,000. And that's item 11.14.
A second.
Discussion. Call the roll. Call the roll.
Apologies. Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Clerk Commissioner DeVille. Commissioner Clark?
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen?
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
All right, item 11.15, purchase 2 handheld traffic lasers from Applied Concepts Incorporated. Interim Police Chief Howard. Staff recommends the commission authorize the purchase of 2 traffic lasers by Pembroke Park Police Department. JC, do you have a number on that? I see 4,759.
Okay, so I'll make a motion.
That's the number, sir.
Okay.
That we purchase 2 handheld traffic lasers from Applied Concepts, Inc. in an amount not to exceed $4,759.00.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll.
Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Clerk Commissioner DeVille. Clerk Commissioner DeVille?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen?
Yes.
Mayor
Yes.
Jacobs? Mayor Jacobs?
Yes.
Commissioner Clark?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
11.16, awarding 21-01 46 CDBG ADA restrooms. Interim Finance Director Taubenfeld.
Before you start, I must correct the agenda.
I'm sorry, this was supposed to be pulled, right?
It's 45 CDBG ADA restrooms, but I need to explain to you that last week on Wednesday, April 7th, we went ahead and that's when we did the bid opening. Therefore, finance and public services have been working really hard to try to have all this information for you today. I finished uploading it today, sometime during the day, and I missed that we needed a resolution. I believe the attorney has already gone ahead and drafted something, and she'll be able to provide that, but it's really important. I've always said I would never allow this to happen, but this is completely a different situation because this is a grant that is being offered through the county, and we do need a resolution to go with it. Something that we've got everything. So again, I apologize, but I just really need for all of you to understand the reasoning why this has come before you, because this item is due in July. It was bidded out one time before that, but we didn't have responsive bidders. We had to rebid it and extend the bid. So that's why. Therefore, Alyssa, take it away.
Okay, I'm just gonna read the title of a reso. Which is what I was drafting earlier. Resolution number 2021-026, a resolution of the Town Commission of the Town of Pembroke Park, Florida, approving the award of ITB 21-01 to ACT Services, Inc. for the construction of preserve ADA restrooms funded with 45th year CDBG funds, superseding conflicting resolutions and providing an effective date.
Okay, so what do you need from us here?
Motion to approve.
I'll entertain a motion.
Commissioner Clark, you're muted.
I made the motion to adopt early on, motion to adopt.
So you're making a motion to approve the selection of ACT Services, Inc.
Just what you read in your your title for your resolution, correct?
Okay. And clerk, you have that because I emailed it to you.
Yes, ma'am, I do. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay, was there a second?
Second.
Discussion? Call the roll.
Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Clerk Commissioner DeVille. Vice Mayor Cohen?
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs?
Yes.
Commissioner Clark?
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0. Thank you very much.
All right. 11.17, Planning and Zoning Board, Town Planner Siegel, AICP, Town Clerk Martel.
Good evening, Mayor and Commission. We have two members who have expressed interest of being on the board. We have vetted them through the town's procedures, and we're asking for approval of these two members.
Okay. We'll entertain a motion.
So I'll make a motion that we approve or new members, and the names are, what is the name, Marlon?
Loretta Robinson and Ronisha McNeil.
Okay, as spoken by the mayor. That's my motion.
I approve. I second.
Any discussion? Call the roll.
Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen. Mayor Jacobs?
Yes.
Commissioner Clark? Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Okay.
motion passes 4-0.
Hey, Mr. Mayor, I have a
Yes.
question. Just thinking back, did we put an amount on that ADA project, an amount of the contract that's being awarded? Can somebody tell us?
Sir, I'm glad you brought that up. I was about to jump in, but you guys voted. The lowest responsible bidder came in at $120,138. Just by comparison, the second lowest bidder was at $181,171.
So, Mr. Mayor, we want to make sure that 120,000 is incorporated in my motion in this issue at that time.
All right, yeah, should we just bring up a new motion here?
I don't know.
The dollar amount is noted in my memo to the commission with my recommendation. I don't know if that's sufficient.
Just repeat the amount, Mr. Mayor, or I'll repeat it.
Go ahead and repeat it. I didn't write it down.
What was it, 120,000 and?
$138.
Okay, on item that reflects the awarding of the ADA restrooms, 11.16, the amount of the lowest bidder was $120,138.
Okay.
And it's item 1160.
11.16, yes.
Yes.
We're all in agreement there? Commissioner Clark, Clerk Commissioner?
We just want to make sure.
Okay. All right, moving on. 11.18, appointments to the Charter Review Committee. Town Attorney Anderson.
As you know, sorry, my chair is very squeaky tonight. Let me get to the agenda. All right.
Town Attorney Anderson, I know we need 5. Loretta Robinson is also, I know we just put her on the P&Z, but she was also wanting the Charter Review Committee as well.
She cannot do both
Can't do both? Okay.
because Heidi and I discussed it, and I think there's some dual office holding issues.
All right. And then another question would be, we need 5 on here. Would you want to just move her over to there then? So we have a full.
I don't know if Heidi, I want Heidi to chime in on that because that's her board. I would like to, so that we could get, so.
Hi, this is Heidi.
Well, how many do we have on charter? We've got, can somebody, clerk, give me an update on are these all vetted, all these candidates, do we know?
No, not at the present time. They still have to submit their application along with the release so that I can put them through the ADP system to do the background checks. But for the mayor has submitted the name of Jahira Polanco. The vice mayor submitted.
Well, Mr. Schrader is for sure an appoint. So what I would like to do, I guess what I'm trying to do is count how many appointments we have to see if we need to take her from P&Z.
It looks like you have 4.
Well, right now, also Clerk Commissioner DeVille told me that he was going to bring somebody else up. If he brings somebody else up, then we don't have any issues.
Yeah, and his appointment needs to be, his appointment from his district, obviously. So,
right, he brought forth somebody for District 5. Clerk Commissioner DeVille brought somebody for District 5. Clerk Commissioner DeVille had somebody from his district, but the person declined. Therefore,
Okay.
he's going to just get someone else.
Okay, I'm trying to determine how many, sorry, my computer fell and I lost the item.
This is Heidi. Can I just chime in real quick? Of course, whatever's the best decision for the town, I support. I do want to mention that Mr. Schrader is coming off of P&Z to serve on the charter committee. If Ms. McNeil goes to charter, that will leave us with 3 members on planning and zoning.
That would be Ms. Robinson.
I'm sorry, Ms. Robinson.
And for note, she does live in District 5, our vacant district, which looks like Mr. Lewis, that Commissioner DeVille appointed, is in District 5 as well.
And Mr.
Well, okay, so I would like to explain what is happening with District 5. The resolution that the commission passed last month about the charter review basically states that each of you has an appointment that doesn't need to be voted on. That doesn't need to be, sorry, okay, never mind. Sorry, that was my daughter's other mom calling in, which is why all my bells and whistles went off. The District 5 candidate, the District 5 person needs to be voted on if there's more than one candidate that you're bringing forward. Everybody else, but each of your appointments for your own district is not subject to a vote. So as long as everybody, let's assume everybody passes the background checks, Mayor, you have an appointment. Vice Mayor Cohen, you have an appointment. Commissioner Clark, I think I'm gonna have to get an ethics opinion on you wanting to appoint your son. That is the definition of nepotism, but I don't know if
it's a conflict, no problem. I
can't say off the top of my head and whether it is or not. I didn't know that you were going to go ahead and put him up. Otherwise, I would have
And then
resolved that.
if it can't be, then I'll choose somebody else. That's all. Simple.
Okay, well, do you have that person now, or do you want to wait until next month to appoint somebody?
Wait.
Want to wait? Okay. So my suggestion is, do any other commissioners other than Commissioner DeVille have a candidate for District 5?
I have Loretta Robinson that we just put on the Planning and Zoning Board, and she was willing to do either one wherever she, we needed her.
Well, so my recommendation is that Heidi, does need people on the Planning and Zoning Board. So let's say let her stay on there.
Okay.
And then that would only give us one person for District 5. So Mr. Kenya Lewis, if nobody else has any other candidates for District 5, that's the only candidate. I think you still need to vote him up or down. And then
also, we haven't been able to get a hold of Mr. Lewis.
Okay.
Called multiple times yesterday and the day before.
We're not sure about him yet.
But I do have a new appointee, Paulette Walker, who's interested in doing it.
For your district, Commissioner?
For District 5.
Okay, so you're gonna delete Mr. Lewis and you're going to replace him with Ms. Walker.
Yes.
Okay. So, I think probably what we should do is, since we really only have, well, I guess if Ms. Walker, we have 3 members of the charter review then. So what the commission should go ahead and do is vote on Ms. Walker, subject to her passing a background check for District 5, and then Commissioner DeVille and Commissioner Clark, you're going to hopefully have candidates for the charter review committee by the next voting meeting. Do you think you can do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So commissioners, do you want to go ahead and vote on Ms. Walker?
Yeah, I'll make a
Hold on,
motion.
Vice Mayor's trying to say something.
Okay.
You got to unmute, Gina.
May I suggest something? I think we should wait until next month when everyone has their candidates in order, and then we vote. I don't feel, okay, I think that's the proper way and the fair way of doing it. That's just my opinion.
It's up to the commission.
But I respect
mean,
your opinion, but I'm just
No, I
saying,
mean,
I think we should have everyone together, and then we can vote up, down, and whatever.
I'll leave it to the commission. Whichever way you want to go is fine with me. So.
Okay.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
For what? What's the motion? Entertain for what?
You tell me.
I,
Oh,
do you
okay.
want me?
Do you want to wait till next month till everyone has their names, or you want to go with these three and then you guys submit again and we do it again in a month?
Yeah, I would go, what's Gina saying again? What motion do you make, Gina?
Howard, I'm suggesting that we wait for all five,
make-
and then vote next month.
Make a motion.
Okay, so I make a motion that for the candidates to serve on the charter committee, okay, that we wait until next month, which would be what date? That would be our next workshop, which is, what's the date? The 28th?
The next workshop is scheduled for,
The 28th?
yes, April
Okay, so it'd be the 28th at the next workshop that we would have all 5 candidates, you know, their names, and then we would vote then, up, down, but we have everyone at that time.
Second.
Discussion. No discussion? Roll call.
Motion to go ahead and forward this item to the April 28th workshop, having all 5 of the Charter Review Committee members submitted to the commission. Motion made by
Vice Mayor.
Vice Mayor Cohen.
Vice Mayor Cohen, and seconded by
Howard Clark, Commissioner Clark.
Commissioner Clark. Mayor Jacobs.
Yes.
Is there discussion?
Discussion.
Okay, I don't want to step. Okay, is this the right thing to do? Because I know Ray had mentioned someone for District 5. The other 4 districts, we are going to appoint somebody from our district without a vote. But District 5, we're going to vote on them. So I hate to say it, and excuse me, Mr. Mayor and Vice Mayor, I'm going to withdraw. I think I would like to go with Clerk Commissioner DeVille's candidate, because I know her, and she's a very nice person, and she's over at the Garden, and so I would support that. So can I rescind it, and then I make a motion, or Ray make a motion for her in District 5? How are we going to do this?
Did you
I mean,
already vote?
Huh?
We have not voted.
We haven't voted.
Well, you can vote on District 5 and wait for the other 4 candidates, but I think the vice mayor sort of wanted to wait until everybody until you had a full slate, so to speak, and then vote on it.
Let me be fair. Ray, would you say yes to what Vice Mayor Cohen is doing? Or
Yes.
what do you want to do, Ray?
Yes, let's just wait and do everything at once.
Okay, proceed.
All right. Roll call.
motion made by Vice Mayor Cohen, seconded by Commissioner Clark. Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
All right, so let's see here. Sorry, I gotta scroll back.
We need to do the furniture, the building furniture.
Yeah, I'm looking down here. 11.19. There we go.
Yep.
Building furniture.
How much is that, Marlon?
I'm sorry?
How much is
Slightly over
that?
$10,000 is the recommended vendor.
I'm sorry, what, Harry, I missed that.
I'm sorry, there are 3 price quotes given, and the lowest quote was slightly over $10,000.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
All right, anyone?
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna make a motion to approve that's or authorize staff to purchase the office furniture for the building department to the tune of whatever Harry just said.
What is that amount? I'll make a motion that we authorize the town staff.
Not to exceed $11,000, Vice Commissioner.
Okay, for the building department furniture in an amount not to exceed $11,000.
I'll second.
All right, discussion. Call the roll.
Motion made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen. Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs.
Yes.
Sorry, Mayor Jacobs. Apologize. Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
motion passes 4-0.
All right. Old business, there's none, but there is one thing I want to bring up, which is the visioning session. We had it scheduled, but we didn't have a quorum for the session, and everybody showed except for the commissioners. It was only 2 of us of the 4 of us. We need to reschedule this and push this through and get it done right away. The discussion was that it would be a workshop, so we wouldn't have to have a quorum. What date is good for everyone? Friday again? Is a Friday best? I know Commissioner Duvall.
I'm not
You
gonna,
have Fridays off, right?
Yeah.
All right. Most of you don't know I got recalled, so I am back flying. I start training on Sunday, so let me look here at my schedule really quick and see if I got the Friday open.
and me too.
All right. Okay, I have the 23rd open, which is next Friday. Will that
I
work?
won't, it won't work for me. I won't
Okay.
be here. The Friday after that, I'll be here.
I will actually not be on the 30th.
So can we do it, in May?
How about the
Sure.
first Friday? How about the first Friday in May?
Yeah, I
That
don't know
would-
where it will be, but I'll try and make it work. So, which will be May 7th, which will be the first Friday in May.
Okay,
Everyone okay with that?
I'm fine with that. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Marlon, can you set that as a workshop? Set it for 10:30 on the 7th, May 7th.
Done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sir, if I
Number-
may,
Yes, go ahead.
sorry to interrupt. I just would like to make a distinction on 11.9, if I may.
Hold on, let me get back to it.
I just want to make sure it's phrased correctly to the commission, that's all.
Okay, 11.9, go ahead.
Yes, sir. That is a 5-year agreement paid up front, not the payment is not over a 5-year period. That's all. The service is for 5 years, but the payment is up front like we normally do. That's all. There was a bit of a distinction there, and I would have had to bring it up for next meeting. So I just want to clarify that to the commission. Thank you.
All commissioners aware of that?
Yes.
Did you get a verbal from everyone? Yes.
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 Okay.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to 13, discussion. 13.1, 6-month employee evaluations. Town manager, you minutes. Miriam Jock, interim public services director, and Harry Taubenfeld, interim finance director.
Yeah, yes, Mayor. Thank you very much. 6 months ago, the commission passed 2 resolutions appointing one Miriam Jock as interim public services director, and the second one, Harry Taubenfeld, as interim finance director for a period of 6 months, upon which they will be evaluated and they'll come before the commission to be, to be evaluated, and also either appointed as to the permanent role or back to their previous positions. And I earlier this week, actually late last week, I submitted to you the evaluations that I prepared on each of them and have shared with each of them. And at the end of that evaluation, I gave my recommendation for your consideration, sir.
Okay. Has everyone had a chance to review Miriam Jock's evaluation?
I have, yes.
Mr. Mayor, if I heard JC, if you will, JC?
Yes, yes, sir.
So I think, what do you want me to make a motion up or down? Is that how you want to do it?
It's not necessarily you, but it's for the commission to discuss.
I'm gonna
vote up or down.
Okay, so to get it where we have a discussion, I'll make a motion that Miriam Jocks is appointed the permanent public service director.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion.
I'd like to hear Mr. Clark's input, why he thinks Miriam decided
Well, I would also, if I may, like to hear from everybody and hear from Miriam herself. And my whole reasoning is that, yes, she needs room to grow, but she has demonstrated, in my opinion, as growing right into the position. She's a loyal employee. She's always on time. She's right there. She's willing to help each and every one of us. And so I think that's phenomenal. That's great that we would get a phenomenal public service director. And I think that each month that goes by, you could see a big change where she's doing better and better and better. And I think we've all been remarking about the medians and other areas, and that was under her purview. And I think that for the last 2 months, we haven't heard anything from Cohen except for praises, Vice Mayor Cohen. And Ray, when I say your name, I mean Clerk Commissioner Ray, okay? So just so you know that. But I think she's done a phenomenal job. I've been saying that she's an asset and she needs some more training, which we all do. We could always use training, all of us. So that's my comment. And I could go on and on and on, but I just want you to know, I think we're doing the right thing by advancing her. And, I think the town will not be sorry for that.
All right, Commissioner, Clerk Commissioner Duvall.
I want to get JC. Has she been showing improvement on a monthly basis?
Sir, my recommendation still stands. I do believe she still needs more growth, more training, more I guess, experience. And I believe the examples that I have shown just kind of demonstrate that experience. I think the world of Miriam. I want to be clear. I think the world of Miriam. I think she's a valued member of the team. But one of the roles as manager, I want to make sure that I set up employees to succeed and not fail. And I'm afraid, you have my recommendation, sir, and that still stands.
All right, thank you. I want to let the commission know I did speak to Miriam earlier today, and she do know where I stand, and I'm ready to make my decision.
All right, Vice Mayor Cohen.
I have to agree with the manager, and me too. I feel I mean I like Miriam, we all do, and I just think she needs to grow a little bit more, you know, and she needs more experience. But other than that, I have to say lately she's been doing a great job. But you know, but she still has a way to go, you know, to grow. So I'm with the manager. You know, I think that you know, whatever he recommends is, I'm going to stand by that. Whatever he's recommending.
All right, and you guys realize I don't hold back, so here we go. Before this process started, I said we needed a true professional coming into this public works, because the public works department was just like the clerk's office, just like everything else in this town. It needs a complete overhaul. I had a discussion with Miriam on why she believes she was the perfect person for this position. I discussed things that it needed to be done. She needed to put a plan in place on how she was going to fix the public works department. Since then, nothing has happened. According to the evaluation that was done, she has not put a plan in place. In the evaluation, JC talks about the vehicle maintenance plan, putting a plan of action together. Never happened. So in the 6 months that she's been here, we have yet to have a plan of action to rebuild this department. More so, she's not capable of all the facets of this position. Now, again, I do like Miriam, just like everyone else. She's a great person. But from the very beginning, I told her she was not qualified. I did not believe, in my opinion, that she was qualified and the correct person for this position. So prime example would be the plan reviews. Those added up for months downstairs, and they were never done. She was given an increase in pay for her responsibilities, which we had to take away the responsibilities and pass them off to the town planner because she couldn't complete them, and they were simple tasks that needed done. Again, I truly believe we need a public works professional coming in that will put a plan together, be able to manage and supervise the different assets of the public works department, and actually put a plan together for the town, so we're not running around with emergency after emergency after emergency, just doing plan. We need proactivity out of that department, and it needs an overhaul. It's been neglected for years, you know. Again, this town has just mismanagement, lack of leadership. It's taken its toll, and we really need someone in there that can fix all these problems. If you guys want a prime example, look in the back of the yard at the dump truck that's sitting out there. Brakes don't work, windows don't go up, and they were actively using that dump truck, you know. The other one sat back there for years. I don't know when the last time it was driven, the big one that's gone now, but these are the little things. So if these can't handle, you know, the little things, I disagree with going forward with her as the public services director. I believe we need to go out and bring in someone who understands this department, who's done it for other towns, and can rebuild ours so it functions the way it should.
And
you know, I do believe in promoting from within. And we gave her 6 months to prove herself, and you know, we have to get someone who's more experienced and, you know, have who's better qualified to do the job.
All right. Marlene, can you read the motion that was made?
At the present time, the motion was to hire Ms. Jacques as the Public Services Director. That was the motion made by Commissioner Clark.
We'll call the roll on that motion. Oh, go ahead, JC.
No, you're right. No, Commissioner DeVille did second it. I was like, wait a minute, I don't know if it was a second.
Yeah.
It was seconded, so we can discuss it.
Sure. Commissioner DeVille?
Wait, is this a motion? What is, I'm seconding.
No.
You already seconded for discussion. Now we're actually voting on it.
Okay, no.
Vice Mayor Cohen?
This is the.
Hold on, Vice Mayor, hold on 1 second. Marlon, can you read the motion again that was made by Commissioner Clark?
Yes, sir. The motion was to hire Miriam permanently as the Public Services Director.
Okay, no.
Mayor Jacobs?
No.
Commissioner Clark?
Yes.
Motion dies 3-0.
Mr. Mayor, my battery on this laptop is dead again, and I can't believe it. Mark has got to fix this. I've been complaining.
Well, your whole thing would go out if the battery was dying, not just the
It's
video.
fine, but it might go out. So if you see me go blank, I'm still
You
with
need to keep it plugged in. That's what I do with mine, Howard.
All right. I'll entertain a motion for the Public Services Director position.
Well, at this point, I mean, if you guys didn't appoint anybody, or we can, you can direct us to go and advertise the position.
That's what I'm asking for a motion for.
Motion to go out and how would I word it, Marlon?
Advertise, to go out to advertise for a Public Works Director.
Got it. Motion to go out and advertise for a Public Works Director.
I'll
Entertain-
second.
Discussion. Is Yolanda on?
Yes, I'm here.
Yolanda, do you have any input on this?
Well, I wanted to advise the commission that during the recruitment process for a new public services director, Miriam will still be the interim public services director until the start date of the new individual coming into that role. And then there's something else regarding her salary, because right now she is earning a higher salary while she's the acting. So I wanted to make a recommendation that the commission allow the manager to make a determination of what the salary is going to be once she returns to her old position, whether that be her old salary or whether that be perhaps something different, or the same, right? It really depends. But if the commission wants to allow the manager to make that decision or make that determination, and it'll probably be based on, you know, an assessment of the budget, an assessment of what we bring in the new public services director as. So I wanted to make that recommendation.
Okay. Discussion.
I would like to leave that up to the manager.
Just so you know, what I'm thinking is that since we're going to be advertising, and Miriam will continue, obviously was going to hopefully continue in that role until we do hire somebody else. I'll keep her at that salary until we do bring somebody else on, and then I'll work with Yolanda and Miriam to establish the proper range for her.
Okay.
Do you want to amend your motion to include the pay, or would you like a second motion after that to have the manager handle the pay?
I would like to see or HR, right?
HR?
HR, yes, HR. I take that back, HR.
Okay. Clerk Commissioner, that's up to you on your motion. Would you like to do a second motion or?
The second motion is strictly for the pay?
Yeah, to have HR handle her pay after we have a interim, or
Okay.
after we have a public works director.
Okay, I'll do a second motion.
And I'll second.
Okay, we still have a motion on the table, guys, for a new public services director. So let's just handle the first motion and then I'll entertain another one. So
Okay.
back to the original motion is to direct staff, Marlon, correct me, direct staff to go out for, look for a new public services director?
Correct. The motion is for HR to be the one to go ahead and advertise for the position. And do the recruiting process.
Okay. Any more discussion?
No.
Roll call.
Motion made by Commissioner DeVille, seconded by Vice Mayor Clark.
No, I didn't second it.
Oh, sorry, I apologize. It's Vice Mayor Clark. I'm Vice Mayor Cohen. Sorry. Getting everybody confused today.
All right.
Vice Mayor Cohen,
We didn't hear you.
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark,
No,
Clerk Commissioner DeVille.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-1.
All right. When it comes to the manager or the HR department handling her pay after we have a new public works director, I'll entertain a motion.
A motion for HR to decide on the former public works director's salary?
And I'll second that motion.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Motion made by Clerk Commissioner DeVille, seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen. Mayor Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark,
yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Now Harry Taubenfeld, interim finance director. JC?
Just as with Miriam, 6 months ago, Harry was appointed officially as the interim finance director. Although, in all fairness to Harry, he's been doing the job for the previous, 2 years or so. I have done his evaluation. I have shared that evaluation with you as well. And it's up to the commission to vote up or down.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to appoint Harry Taubenfeld as the financial director.
I'll second.
Or permanent financial director. Like I
I'll
did on.
second.
Okay, discussion?
Good job, Harry.
Yes, Harry, good job and congratulations.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
The only thing I would like to see is the same thing in your evaluation, that you work towards getting is it a certification or an accreditation?
It's a certification, sir. The application just came out a couple weeks ago. There was a delay in the scheduling, so that just came out. The first exam schedule just came out for the fall, so I've already looked into it.
Okay, sounds good. Any more discussion?
So do we need a vote on that? Do we vote?
Roll call.
Motion to approve, to hire Harry Taubenfeld as Finance Director, made by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Vice Mayor Cohen. Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner DeVille,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cohen,
Yes.
Mayor Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
And 13.2, Public Services Update, Vice Mayor Cohen.
Thank you
just
again,
like-
everyone.
Thank you. Oh, I just want to say that everything is looking good. They're laying the sod down, and I'm getting a lot of feedback from the residents, and everybody is happy, and they're trimming trees, and all the guys are working hard, and they're doing a wonderful job. And the water levels, everything's been good with that. Thanks, Miriam for that. But everything is looking good. I got a lot of good feedback from the residents, and I actually had a couple of calls this morning. So everybody's working hard. Beautification is happening, and thank everybody for their hard work. We appreciate you, and keep it up. That's it.
Okay. 14, Attorney Reports. Town Attorney Anderson, any reports?
I do not have any report.
Excuse me. Town Manager reports.
I just have two quick reports, Mr. Mayor. The wall issue. The town planner Heidi and I met with the property owners. They discussed with us they have some future plans on selling the property. They're going to be developing that property, but in the meantime, they did indicate that they're going to repair the wall in the interim basis, and then our goal of widening the roadway will be taking care of that when they do develop that property. And I thought that was a pretty good compromise, and I think we'll be able to no money out of pocket to the town on this repair, and I think we'll be able to move forward and achieve our ultimate goal of widening that roadway in the future. And the other item I did want to bring up to your attention that I will be attending the Florida City and County Managers Association conference. They're actually having it live this year in Orlando from June 2nd through the 5th. This is, I need to attend, I need credits for my certification for my credential manager designation through the ICMA. And I did want to bring that to your attention as well. Other than that, I have no other reports, sir.
Okay. Commissioner reports. Commissioner Clark.
None at this time. Keep up the good work. The beautification looks great.
Commissioner DeVole. You're muted.
Last Friday, me, the clerk, Marlon, and Susie, we had the pleasure of visiting some of the two elementary schools we have here in the town. It was our way of, just building relationships with them. And I just want to tell the commission it was a very productive meeting. We're trying to establish community engagement. As you guys know, we have this recreation building at the park that it's underutilized right now. There's no activities, no programs, nothing like that. So we're trying to see, bounce ideas off of each other between us, the town, and the schools to see if we could help bring the community together through activities and engagement. There's more to come on that.
That's wonderful.
Sounds really good. And Vice Mayor Cohen.
Oh, just everything's looking good, and everybody's doing a good job, and that's all I have to say. And I'm still here.
All right. I'm glad you're still here. Yeah, we need you guys around here. Anyways, here, I got a couple things, guys. One, I want you to be aware that we are going to bring, Miguel and I are bringing the amnesty up at the next workshop for discussion, so we can go over this and understand it before we put it out to everybody. If you guys were unaware, on Tuesday, the building department had their magistrate in, and they had a full day of cases, seeing how I believe it's been well over a year before anything had come forward. So it was a long day, tempers flared, people were unhappy. I don't know about you guys, but I had multiple people showing up at my house from Sunday on, discussing it prior to, and then very upset after the fact. It's the code enforcement's for compliance to make sure everyone's houses are safe and whatnot. We're working on a plan for amnesty. We're going to bring that forward. There is a process, and I think, I wasn't there to attend the magistrate meeting, but I heard about it all day long. So we got a lot through, so we'll see how things go going forward here. And just want to give you guys a heads up that we are bringing it forward, the amnesty. So
Amazon.
Oh yeah, Amazon's gonna be here too. They fulfilled their permits, so Amazon will be over in Seneca. If you guys don't know where it is, you turn where the BSO's office currently is, down towards the end of the road. Safe Flight Auto Glass is right on the corner, and Amazon will be on the left-hand side, right there in that, I believe it's
Seneca.
Yeah, in Seneca. 300,000 square foot warehouse, somewhere around there, give or take a few thousand square feet. So big facility. Looking forward to that. We're making things are going forward with the police department. It's coming along pretty well. So I like everything that I'm seeing here, and we all just need to keep working together to get this place going. And I look forward to seeing everyone at the vision session with the town planner when we have that. That's all I have for today. We'll move on to 17 announcements. The workshop commission meeting will be Wednesday, April 28th at 6 p.m. And the regular commission meeting will be Wednesday, May 12th at 7 p.m. Now, everyone's favorite part of the meeting, and unfortunately this one did last 2.5 hours. Wait. Oh.
I forgot something. Is Joy Brown there?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I'm here.
Well, what was the name of this staff member who wore that bunny suit for me?
Did you give up your role in the bunny suit?
No.
So disappointed. Disappointed.
He volunteered.
Mm-hmm.
He's a new worker. Maybe Miriam.
I think it was Jeremy, right?
Sir, yes.
Okay, so I just wanted to thank Jeremy because I would have passed out if I had that suit on.
All right, Ray, next year we'll get a carrot suit for you to go with the bunny, okay? One big enough that you could fit in.
Well, just the carrot, no bunny.
All right. Number 18, everyone's favorite part. Adjournment. Motion to adjourn.
Aye. Aye.
All
Thank
right,
you.
everyone have a good evening.
All right. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Night, everyone.
Good night.